Alright. Tails Adventure. Alright. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, this game, even though it is a part of the Sonic series, it cannot be called a Sonic game. This game is a Metroidvania. So you play as Tails. So the things on the screen. So the rings at the top left, that's basically my health meter. The bomb below that, that is my method of attack. And that meter that keeps coming up below it is my flight meter. So when that runs out, I'm just flying again at that stage. This game, it's on the Game Gear. And for a Game Gear game, it's actually pretty deep. It's got a lot to it, but it does have one issue, and that is that it has a fair amount of lag. The lag itself isn't that bad, but because of the lag, there is so many dropped inputs. So there's going to be a few times throughout this run, probably, where you're going to see me do something that looks incredibly stupid, and it will be incredibly stupid, because like that, alright? I was supposed to jump. I promise you, I hit the jump button. The game did not jump for me. Alright, there will be at least 30 dropped inputs throughout this run. I promise you. Alright. That was good. So, first level, you're seeing pretty much how the game is supposed to look, I suppose. Probably, wow, at its most basic, because obviously it's the first level, so I don't have many items. So this is the first item that I'm going to pick up here. So that's a Chaos Emerald, so that's filling my health, and it's also giving me more flight. But, so now I'm going to take on the first boss and get the first real item, basically, of the game. And it just so happens to be the most broken one. So it's called the Remote Robot. So the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to pull out a remote control and then control the robot. And the robot's small, and so the robot can get into like small spaces and do things that Tails otherwise couldn't. However, I can activate the remote robot the frame in between transition on the ground, because I'm only supposed to be able to activate it on the ground. When that happens, I get control of both Tails and the remote robot, and the game does not know how to handle two things at once. So I'm going to try and climb this ledge, and there we go, I just got it right now, and activate it at the same time. And so right now I'm controlling both Tails and the robot, and this is not supposed to be happening. So I'm doing okay, just saved that. Doing a very specific setup here. Try and fly, drop, and nice. Picked up that item there with the robot, got the spark, and now I'm back to just being Tails. Okay, so the spark is an item I'm not supposed to... It's basically everything at this point of the game is a sequence break. You can just assume I'm not supposed to be doing it. So the spark is an item for my my ship, which you don't know that I have a ship, but I will have a ship in the future. So basically all I'm doing right now is I'm picking up the 3 mandatory items in the game that I need to beat the game with. Technically, the spark is actually supposed to be an optional item, but I'm skipping a bunch of what are supposed to be mandatory items, and the spark is going to be one of the ways that I do that. So the 3 items that I need are the spark, the proton torpedo, and the rocket booter, and all of them are for the ship. Hello? Go, Tails. Lure this guy over here. I can't fly here because if I fly, wind will come up. So now I'm going to use this remote robot glitch again, off this ledge this time. Beautiful. He falls down here, then he falls down here, and then Tails falls down, and then I enter Karen Forest by getting an alternative exit. So I'm supposed to get like 5 upgrades to my bomb before I come here. But this is where the proton torpedo is. And so the reason I need the spark and the proton torpedo is they're basically going to allow me to take out things with the ship. So the spark with the ship takes out every enemy on screen, and the proton torpedo I can fire and it can take out blocks. So I'm going to pick up this Chaos Emerald as well because I need more health, because one of the items that I'm skipping with the ship is called, I forget what it's called, but basically it gives you invincibility. It makes you completely invincible, and the game throws a huge gauntlet at you with a bunch of lasers and mines that are completely undodgeable, etc. And the game expects you to just get invincibility. It's supposed to be the only way to beat it. But I'm going to try and do a setup and not get the invincibility and just go through it. But I do need a bunch of health to do that. So before I pick up the proton torpedo here, I'm going to pick up the item for Sonic. Alright, so just jump through here. No worries. Alright, this clip is a bit risky. Gotta just go into the spikes. Beautiful, alright. So Sonic allows me to spin dash. I can do it in the air, but it has another property where if I do it partway inside a wall, it allows me to zip. So used in conjunction with the remote robot glitch, that this breaks the game open even more. And so now you're going to see that probably the most in action. So I'm going to try and do it off this ledge again, switch to using Sonic, and then I'm just going to Sonic and jump over this entire level. Now, there's another property of this game that actually is intended. If Tails is at the top of the screen and he flies, he goes down to the bottom of the screen. So I can use that to pull myself back inside the level to trigger the screen transition for the next part. Just gotta get this. Alright. And same thing in the second screen of this level. Nice jump. Okay, it dropped like 6 jumps in a row there. I assure you I was trying to jump. So alright, I'm going to jump left here to pull the screen down so that when I fly and end up at the bottom, it pulls me down more so that I'm still not inside the wall. Pick up this Chaos Emerald. Jump over here. Finish with that level. Okay. And now Mount Poi. Now I'm going to pick up the third of those items that I was talking about, the Rocket Booter. Shoutouts to not having enough space for a 7th character to spell booster. So you see those blocks just to the left? I'm supposed to break them with another 5 upgrades to the bomb, but instead I just jump in through here. Done with that screen. Alright, so this is pretty much the only actual platforming screen of the game. Jump over here, Sonic, up, and input drop. Try that again. Okay, at least I got the kill there. The idea is with there that you keep the Sonic properties as you climb the ledge and just kill him by climbing the ledge. Alright, first speedy fight. So this guy, he follows a weird pattern based on your movements. I'm going to try and manipulate him here so that he doesn't hit me, at least early on in the fight. So hopefully if I do this right, I can stay here for a while and just go straight up. But basically, yeah, he's attacking from the sky, and you don't have time to readjust. So you want to try and manipulate him as much as possible. Okay, hopefully he falls to the right of me here. Good. Now switch. Alright, going good so far. Switch. Okay. He might hit me here, but it should be fine, because I can just grab that ledge. And that doesn't actually waste any time, because right at the end, I have to wait for him to attack again, because the fight won't end. Oh! Okay, now I'm just getting myself into the right position, so that I don't have to fly for very far. And now he gives me the last Chaos Emerald. And this, for some reason, also turns my remote robot into a ship. I don't understand why, but it does. So quickly, I'm going to give a seizure warning here because the screen is going to flash like crazy during this level. So if you have any worries with that, you should probably close your eyes, run away, do not look at the screen, do whatever you have to, because it's going to be flashing a lot, because that's what the spark item does. It flashes a lot. And I'm going to be spamming that at different stages of this level. So okay, this is by far the hardest level in the game. And it's the only time that I am underwater. So I'm supposed to do like 7 underwater levels, but I'm only going to do this one. So it's got 5 screens? 5. Yeah, 5 screens. So the first one's really standard. The second one, what I'm going to do is, so one of the items that I'm supposed to get is the mine, which is basically it fires something from below me and breaks box from below me. So what I'm going to try and do here is use my proton torpedo, which homes, to first kill this enemy here, which will turn this guy around. Then I'm going to follow him, fire off a shot which will misfire, and then turn downwards and break that open. That was a really nice screen. But now I'm in the gauntlet, so now is where it assumes that I've got invincibility. So if I get touched by anything here, I'm screwed because I need all my health. Okay, so there's a bunch of lasers. The spark can take out the lasers sometimes if the input doesn't get dropped. Okay, good. Part 1. Part 2. This is the tricky part of this room. This bit right here. Please break. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was the most unlucky thing that can possibly happen. I fired the torpedo. The block just did not break. Okay, so I'm probably dead now. But I'm going to try and do something really tricky where I despawn one of these mines. Okay, let's go. So these mines are completely undodgeable, but you can deload one. And I just deloaded one now. Okay, so I have a chance of living. A chance. Even when I'm invincible, like I'm flashing because I've just got hit, they still do damage to me. So now I can't get hit now. Like, I just simply cannot get hit because those lasers do 10 damage. And if I take 10 more damage, I'm dead. Alright, got past that one. So now I'm going to go through 4 more mines. But then we're at the really hard part. The really hard lasers. And I cannot get hit. So, very, very high chance I'm going to die here. Do not expect me to live. Alright, here we go. And we're living. All right, cool. All right, not quite out of the woods. There is one more screen after this one, but it is a lot easier. I am on 1 health. Please, birds. Please, birds. All right, all right, all right. Cool. We're still in there. All right. Okay, it's 2 more lasers that I got to take out. 1, 2. All right. Should be fine now. Should be fine. Straight up. Alright, cool. Cleared it. Alright. Very good. Very good. I should have healed. Okay. So there's another way to activate the remote robot glitch that I was talking about before, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Alright, just got it. So what I'm trying to do there is a lot more tricky. I'm trying to fly just before I hit the ground and then activate it, so it's 2 one-framers back-to-back. Okay, this screen could actually be really dangerous. I only have 1 health, and I could very, very well die here. Alright, here we go. Please go through, go through, go through, go through. Good boy, good boy. Don't die. I died. Alright, so what happened there was, Tails was off screen, and he decided that he was near spikes. He wasn't actually near spikes, but he decided that he was near spikes, and he hit imaginary spikes off screen and then died. But okay, at least I won't die now. Because now I have all my health back. Alright, that's really funny. I probably should have healed before I went into this level. Just so I didn't have only 1 health. But yeah, this activation is a lot trickier than using the ledge. And I've got to do it 3 times in this level. So when that happens, that's what's like how the robot's supposed to work, pulling out the controller. Come on. There we go. So yeah, the collision's really interesting the way it works there. It's really hard to explain what's going on, but basically I need to fall with Tails so that the robot actually falls. Of course I don't get hit this time when it doesn't matter. Okay, so this boss, you're supposed to use the robot properly and pull him into a really weird corner and then set a rock on him, and then it opens a door, and that's the end of the level. But because the end trigger for the level is just through a door, I can just fly over and fly through the door, and it thinks I've beaten the boss, basically. And so the third item that I said I needed to get was the rocket booter, which basically makes my ship fly. But the game doesn't think I have the rocket booter at that point, so I have to go back to the ship and then, or back to my house and say, okay, I'm ready. And now it actually checks for the rocket booter, and it's like, oh, yeah, you have it. So yeah, now I'm in the sky. The spark doesn't do anything here, so it doesn't take anything out. So basically, I'm just gonna traverse through this level just by getting hit a few times. The first screen, I just have to do nothing. I just sit at the top and everything's fine. second screen, pretty much all the strats are just about lag reduction. There are a bunch of lasers firing at me. I get hit by some on purpose, and I try and dodge some on purpose. The ones that I choose to hit or not hit are simply because of the other things that are going on in the screen to try and avoid the amount of lag that's going on. Except I wasn't supposed to get hit by that one. But that's fine. But we're coming up on the home stretch, just one level after this one. And so the last level, it's actually it's technically really difficult. It looks like it's pretty much the same things going on. I use the remote robot glitch and then go through a bunch of walls, etc., etc. But the walls are a lot bigger, they're a lot taller. So it's really easy to zip through walls that are only 1 block thick. But going through walls that are a lot thicker is, yeah, it's a lot more precise. You've got to do it right at the top of your jump, otherwise it just won't get through. Okay, so here we go. Okay, pull it back. Alright, cool. That's a good zip. Hello. Except I just want a Sonic. Fly in here. Ah, dang. Okay, I gotta pull over here now. Okay. Alright, got that one. Very nice. Oh, get up there. Alright, this is the hardest one in the game to get through, and it's the last one. Alright, go down. Alright, very nice. And now we're up to the final bosses, which are actually fastest to kill with the regular bomb. Bomb. Good. Nah, that one didn't register. That's a shame. Don't think I'm quite gonna have enough. I need one more. Alright, I'll get him up the top. Go. There we go. Alright. Yes, if you throw bombs too quickly against bosses, they have invincibility frames, basically. So you have to wait a bit after a bomb to throw the next one, otherwise it won't work. Oh, that was a controller issue there. Alright, I'm gonna get hit by that. Alright. Last phase, here we go. Just a random chance whether he stops in this phase, and throws some bombs, so that's not good that he just did it there, because obviously I don't want him to sit there and waste time. And done. Alright. And finish. I'm really happy I didn't die on Lake Rocky, because my odds of hitting that are about 50-50, and a death there takes about 3 minutes to retry, but dying after that was pretty comical, I gotta say.
Alright, fantastic job, Worcester, on both of those runs. Next up, we have Washi running Super Mario 64 70 star.
This is the last run for this station.
Yeah, last run for Station 2 tonight, but stick around for it. Super Mario 64, it's always a hype run. Washi's really good, so stick
It
around.
should be a lot of fun.